Good morning, everyone. My name is Anna Anders, humbly here. It's Monday, March 6th, 2017, and looks like my video is doing something funky, but I'm going to go ahead and keep shooting the video regardless and see how that turns out. But as I was talking on my other video, part 1, about how they put the fluoride in the water to numb and dumb down the masses, so you can research that. Google, YouTube for your own self. Search out alternative media. You know, when corrupt governments do corrupt things, they're not going to come out and knock on your front door and say, hey, we're doing A, B, C, and D, and we need your permission. It's just not going to happen that way, people. What's going to happen is they're going to create a false flag boogeyman, and they're going to blame somebody like Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden for 10 years, for over a decade, for doing 9/11. One man in a cave did not do 9/11/01. So rather, it was a think tank of men, corrupt Wall Street bankster, gangster, thug men, and that would be the PNAC group. Project for a New American Century. If you don't know about that, Google, YouTube, and learn for yourself about how, I believe, well, I don't want to say for certain, but I know that they said that they needed a catastrophic event equal to Pearl Harbor to bring in the new world order. So that's what we have going on here today. And then they're reinventing boogeymen as well. They fired Osama bin Laden, and then they created ISIS. ISIS stands for Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. You can Google and YouTube that information as well. And all those guys, if you ever notice, they always hide behind like a mask of some sort. They're hiding behind a mask because they're hiding their real identity. A lot of these guys are mercenaries that get paid high bucks for being the boogeymen that scare us on corrupt Main Street media, humbly. And so that's where we're at today, because they want us to be the cannon fodder that says more war, instead of flashing the peace sign and just being peaceful and telling the truth that they're stealing all the oil in the Middle East and putting up a pipeline for the Greater Israel Project or projection, where the real No DAPO movement is really happening. Not the pageantry parade that happened up in Bismarck, North Dakota, with the natives being exploited again and again and again and again, because that's what they do. Hollyweird is really weird, and that's why they earned their title, Hollyweird, Illuminati, Purple Mafia. They run everything, including our politics, and thus why the Clintons, the corrupt Clintons, wore purple when they had to concede to Trump. Trump is just as equal there. They all golf on the same golf field together, so, you know, it doesn't take much to do the math. And I'm not talking about the new math that they want us to learn, too, to confuse us some more. I'm talking about just the everyday, ordinary math. Clintons and the Bushes spell trouble. Clintons and the Bushes and Trump's. Trump is just a new political cannon fodder puppeteer for the Zog infestation that we have going on in our nation today here. So that's what's happening. And I apologize. I'm going to be sounding funny because, like I said, I had 2 teeth removed last Friday, and it was very painful. Most of the weekend I slept and tried to take care of myself and all that good stuff. But so grateful to my teeth. I've tried to take the best care that I can take of them. Talking about teeth, I'm being reminded that we have to drink and eat. And the other thing I was saying about pulling the coconut oil, I also rinse my mouth on a not on a regular basis, but on every, I don't know, like every so often, I want to say. I'll use a dilution of water and peroxide after I brush real good, just to clean out the bugs out of my mouth as well. And that's usually like 98% water and 2% peroxide. Now, I'm not suggesting none of this stuff to nobody, but you see what you think for yourself, and especially if you have bad teeth and are in the way of mouth infections and stuff like that until you can get to a dentist. So, yeah, so that's that. And research about the water as well. Also, I want to talk about, you know, we're real human beings, and I'm going to keep going on with this mantra, guys, with this chant. We are real human beings. We need to breathe in clean and fresh oxygen. When I did my yoga this morning, you know, I would have loved to have some clean, fresh oxygen in my yoga room for myself. But, you know, unfortunately, we live in Cleveland, where one day you never know what you're going to get. life is like a box of chocolates when it comes to this HAARP weather. And now they're trying to mix it up with different terminology, I noticed. Flagstaff Politics is trying to put in some trolls to switch it up a little bit. But basically we have what we have working against us in terms of Agenda 21. We have the HAARP technology, which is what you think is all these cell phone towers, and it's not. It's weather warfare. HAARP technology, microwave capability to heat up the ionosphere. So watch that documentary that I always talk about, Angels Don't Play This HAARP. So a doctor from up north in Alaska discovered what our government was up to, and so he did his own documentary about it. And so it's really true. So one day you can have a blizzard, and the next day you can have spring with the birds chirping and everything. And now that we are all confused, we need to sift and sort through this confusion, because this stuff is really happening across the United States. It's not fake. Same with the chemtrails. Chemtrails is basically spraying out a lot of corrupt, toxic poisons. When I say this, my mind's eye goes back to Vietnam. Vietnam, when they sprayed the Vietnam people and all their greenery, if you will, Monsanto did that, and Monsanto corrupt corporation has been around a long time. They've been getting a bad name lately, so they thought that they could change their name from Monsanto to Bayer, but it's still the same operators, playing the same corrupt games, manipulating the food chain and putting out the toxins to sacred Mother Earth. So that's what's happening, and we're giving birth to genetically modified food. I'm a real human being. I don't want to eat fake food, do you? I mean, you want to eat real bananas, right? I want to eat real organic bananas too. So, so that's what we're up against. That's what we need to verify and clarify and keep exposing the corruption and disruption. Nestle Corporation would love for Anna Anders to shut her mouth, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, when we put corrupt foods into our bodies, I'm talking about doing math here, people. Corruption plus corruption equals what? It doesn't equal less corruption, it equals more corruption. So corruption plus corrupt food plus corrupt food into a clean body equals a corrupt body environment. Thus how cancer is created. The Rockefellers know how cancer has been created. They're the ones that created the cancer industry, and Rockefeller knew that he was going to use big pharma for the cancer industry as well. There's a couple documentaries about the cancer industry out there as well. I suggest that you look at that as well. So, you know, we're in deep doo-doo, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's going to keep talking about this stuff after I'm dead and gone, but I sure hope somebody shows up and does it for people, because, you know, it's really happening. It's not happening, and I don't feel like sitting on my couch eating genetically modified popcorn and watching Fred Flintstone, or watching Dancing with the Stars, or watching the Kardashians, or watching whatever Illuminati protest pink pussy hat that the globalist 1% elite want to fund just to distract the masses. I mean, really, people, what did the pink pussy hats have to do with anything, politically speaking? It was very derogatory, very demeaning and debasing to the moral fabric of our lives here in the United States, and it just shows the level of mass ignorance that's abounding from our homes and stuff. And people participated in that and thought it was cool. I seen it as foolishness and degrading and demoralizing to the fabric of our everyday American lives, and making us look like idiots even more in the world today. So, I mean, it's funny how you can go to other countries and they'll give you the truth. They'll say, we know who did 9/11. You know, those oil men and the bankster guys. And speaking of that, this is video's 9 minutes and 11 seconds long. I'm going to shut it down. I've talked too much, and I'm going to check out my videos and see what I think thus far. Have a great day. I might shoot a third one if I feel like it. But basically this week I'm going to be staying focused on Agenda 21 topics, guys, because Agenda 21 is like the giant umbrella that has all these different topics incorporated within it. And so I'm humbly Anna Anders here on this YouTube channel. Take what you like and leave the rest. And if you don't like me, if you don't like what I put out here, don't support. Don't support me. Don't come on my wall. I mean, unfriend me. Make room for somebody else that wants to be a real friend. Thank you. I'm Anna Anders, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out on the planet and healing. and genuine sacred truth. Bye-bye.